named Ping Honorable Mention All-American, SEC Co-Freshman of the Year. You were named 3-time SEC Freshman of the Week. I'm curious again, because at the end of the day, you feel like golf is golf. Obviously, the pressure ratchets up a little bit, and the courses are a little bit nicer, and they're probably a little bit tougher, I'd imagine, too. But, you obviously transitioned very smoothly. But what was there a transition for you? Maybe was, living on your own, or like the college life, or like, that grind, if you will, of college golf versus high school golf. Like, was there a transition for you? And again, what do you think made you so successful early on?
Well, yeah, there was absolutely a transition. You go from from living with your parents and practicing after school and this, that, and the other, to being able to set your own schedule. And we have team practice, and it's not like team practice in high school. Team practice in high school is just kind of show up and play 9 holes, or just kind of hang out and do whatever. Whereas ours were very structured and planned and regimented and everything like that. And that took a little getting used to. And then, yeah, I actually think I underperformed a little bit my freshman year, just for what I was expecting coming into school. I did play some decent golf, but I was looking for a little bit more, because I had played really good in high school, and I was really coming in with a little bit of a hot hand. And then life happens, and I felt like I struggled a little bit, but I still played okay. I was really happy with my freshman year for the most part, but I think it could have been better, and I think I could have done some things better. But that stuff taught me, my freshman year taught me a lot for the rest of my career there.
Yeah, it's definitely about learning the lessons for sure. You can apply that to the game of golf as well. I want to move to, because I was reading up on an article, and really I was reading, Billy Mack was talking about the putt that sort of, and the victory that launched your career was at Bulls Bay in spring of 2015 when you scored your first collegiate victory there. Just kind of talk about, again, the role that played in your career. Because again, I think that even to the success you had to that point, that really like got the ball rolling for you. Just kind of talk about the importance of that.
Yeah, I've always been, for whatever reason, at every level, whether it be high school, junior golf, amateur golf, everything, it's always taken me a while to get comfortable and kind of figure things out. I mean, once I won in junior golf at a relatively high level, they all come in pretty big spans. They all come pretty quick right after the other. Same thing happened in college. It was starting to weigh on me a little bit that I hadn't won a golf tournament in college after winning so much in junior golf and amateur golf. That was kind of starting to put some pressure on me. I was starting to put some pressure on myself that was a little bit it wasn't warranted. I didn't need it. It was making things a little bit tougher than it needed to be. And Billy Mack walked with me that whole golf tournament. And I got into a playoff with a guy named Gavin Green. And I can't remember the other guy, but I think it was Gavin Green, who's on the European tour now. He's a heck of a player. But I hit this wedge up there at about 8 feet. And I hit it, and I thought it was going to leave short. I thought I left it short, and it barely rolled into the hole. I gave Billy Mack this big hug, and I won. And after that, things just kind of started to open up. Then I started to be comfortable with where I was at. Then I started to gain some confidence that the player that I was in junior golf and amateur golf is still the player that I could be in college and beyond. And it's been true in my short PGA Tour career for now. I mean, it took me 3 or 4 years to kind of figure out what was going on and how to do things. And then you start to win at this level, and you can start to creep up another level. It's just taken me time to get accustomed and comfortable with where I'm at and what my routine is, and being confident enough that you can win on every level. And that's been throughout my entire career. But that did launch the rest of my college career for sure. And it gave me the confidence now that I can look back, and at that, I've done this at every single level. Done it in junior golf, amateur golf. I did it in college golf. It took me a while in college golf, but it got there. And so it's given me the trust that I can do it in the PGA Tour level, at the Korn Ferry level, whatever level I need to do. I've had success everywhere I've been.
Yeah. So, switching gears, Matt, how much would you say, if you had to pinpoint a percentage, how much of the game is mental? Because, again, obviously there's a skill set, and we all know how hard the game is. And, again, I'm sure the people tuned in right now, probably a lot of weekend warriors or people that, play golf every now and then, whatever. You know what I mean? We all love the game. But, I mean, it is such a mental grind. And I feel like definitely, especially at college, but I would feel each level you go up, it's like the mental side is what really separates the great players from – and they're all really great players, but, it's that small, that mental edge. It's what made Tiger arguably the greatest of all time. It's just that mental toughness. What percentage would you say is the game is just purely mental?
It's a lot. I mean, it I don't think people even realized how much it was mental until Tiger kind of came on the scene.
Right.
Um, Prayers up to him, by the way, man.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, for sure.
whew. I saw him on Saturday at Riv, and he's it's just awesome to have him back out there
Yeah.
for a little while. You were looking forward to him in the Masters, but I got off track a little bit. But I was just thinking
No,
about
for
him.
sure. No, for sure.
But, yeah, I don't think people really realized the mental capacity of the game until Tiger came on tour. I mean, no one really wanted to talk about it. Golf was it wasn't a manly sport by any stretch of the imagination, but it was very like, oh, just be a man and go get it done. Like, you just kind of don't just sack up, pretty much is what everybody always said. And so, when he kind of started being able to come on tour and people started learning about mental toughness and what his dad did and kind of how he taught him to be just a warrior, pretty much, especially on the golf course, it's extremely, extremely important, especially each level you creep up, because people are so close in everything else. Everybody's a really good driver of the golf ball. Everybody putts it really good. Everybody chips it good, hits their irons good. So the biggest way to separate yourself is by being mentally tougher than everybody else. And the best players in the world are extremely mentally tough. They have a short memory. Nothing really rattles them. They make 2 or 3 bogeys early, and they're just patient. And golf is very much about patience, because you never know when it's going to happen. You never know if you're going to play. I mean, we play 72 hole events. You never know if you're going to play really mediocre for 54 holes, and then all of a sudden it's going to click on Sunday. It's the same thing. Like, I finished 6th at Puerto Rico last year. This is a year ago now. And I played very, very average for the entire tournament. And I birdied my last 5 holes to finish 6th and turned into a great event. And it's just it's just the patience to kind of run through that whole week of 6 days and just be extremely patient to go the last 5 holes and make 5 birdies in a row and jump up 25 spots. So I think it's extreme patience. It's where you send your energy. I mean, some people get really angry and it helps them. Some people get really angry and it doesn't, and it makes them shoot 90. I mean, it just depends. It's just a lot of trial and error, and really being stubborn in how you talk to yourself and how you treat yourself and how patient you can be.
Yeah, some guys flip the club like Wesley Bryan. So
yeah,
I gave him a lot of crap for that last time we had him on, which that was actually a really funny conversation. But back to Matt, back to your Gamecock career. I do want to talk about that senior year, because again, like you said, after Bulls Bay, you got it rolling again. First Gamecock in program history to earn Ping first team All-American honors. And I thought this was interesting too. 36 of your 37 rounds counted as a member of the Gamecocks lineup in 12 turns, which, if people don't realize, I think it's like 6 guys play and 4 scores count in every tournament, something like that.
Five guys play and 4 scores count.
So that's a big deal, though. I want people to that's a really, really big deal. That means you were playing a lot of golf, a lot of great golf, very consistently. But again, when you look back on that senior year, again, you got it rolling. And then, like I said, the accolade of first Gamecock in program history to earn Ping first team All-American honors. I'm sure that meant a lot to you then, but looking back now, like when you reflect on that senior year especially, how special was that year for you?
It was extremely special. It was extremely special. That was kind of my goal coming in to college, whether it be freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, or senior year, to be one of the best players in the country. And everything kind of came to a head that fall and spring. I just played really consistent golf. I played really solid. Billy Mack helped me a ton. And then we were solid also. I mean, we were pretty solid. We went to, I think we finished 5th at the national championship, which was the highest we'd ever finished as a team. So it was just nice. I mean, that's just always been I've always been extremely consistent at every single level, whether it be winning or kind of playing like crap. And if I play like crap, I just get consistently playing like crap. Kind of what happened to me in Canada and kind of the first start of my career. But once I kind of find it, I get very consistent in that regard. And that's kind of what happened that year. I was able to just kind of relax, be patient, be really, really confident in how things were going, and just enjoy my senior year. I mean, there's nothing better than being a senior in college. I mean, it's especially in Columbia, South Carolina, and wearing a Gamecock on your chest. It's the greatest thing in the world.